Today, we're sharing a story that goes beyond a simple tale. It offers a strong lesson about life. This is The Farmer and His Sons, a story of unity. It reminds us that together, we can achieve anything. So, join us as we enter the world of a wise farmer who teaches his sons a lesson that transforms their lives forever. In a small town in the heart of America's farmlands, there lived John, a farmer. His hands were rough from years of hard work, and his heart was full of dreams. His life revolved around his land, his crops, and most importantly, his 3 sons, Mike, Tom, and Jack. John had spent decades building his farm, turning barren soil into fertile fields. He hoped his sons would continue his legacy, working together to keep the farm thriving after he was gone. But there was a problem. Mike, Tom, and Jack could not stop arguing. They bickered about everything: who deserved the bigger share of the harvest, who slacked off during chores, and even who left the barn door open. Their voices echoed across the fields, each brother trying to outdo the others. These fights were like cracks in the foundation of John's life's work. He watched them squabble, his heart heavy with concern. What will happen when I'm gone, he thought. Will my farm, my legacy, fall apart because my boys can't come together? As John aged, he felt his strength waning. He knew he didn't have much time left. One evening, as the sun set, coloring the sky in shades of orange and pink, he made a decision. He would teach his sons a lesson. A simple yet profound lesson that would unite them forever. That night, John called his sons to the porch. His voice was calm but firm, reflecting a man who understood life's truths. Boys, you fight over everything. But let me tell you something. Life is tough, and the only way to face it is together. Tonight, I'm going to show you what I mean. Mike, John said, break this stick. Mike smirked, thinking it was a silly task. He snapped the stick in 2 and tossed the pieces aside, shrugging. Easy, Dad. What's this about? John said nothing. Instead, he handed a stick to Tom and then one to Jack. Both brothers broke their sticks just as easily, laughing, as if it were a game. But John's eyes shone with purpose. He reached for a bundle of sticks, tied tightly with rope, and placed it on the table with a thud. Now, John said, steadying his voice, break this bundle. Whoever can do it will win my most treasured possession. Mike, eager to prove himself, grabbed the bundle first. He pulled, twisted, and pushed with all his might, but the bundle wouldn't break. His face flushed with effort, and he finally tossed it back on the table. "This is impossible," he shouted. Tom tried next, competitiveness driving him to push harder. He grunted and strained, but the bundle remained intact. Jack took a turn, but he too failed. The brothers looked at their father, frustrated and confused. John smiled and untied the bundle, letting the sticks fall apart. He handed one stick to each son, and they snapped them without effort. Then he leaned in, his eyes locked on theirs. "You see," he said, "when a stick stands alone, it's weak and breaks easily. But when those sticks are tied together, they're unbreakable. You boys are like these sticks. If you keep fighting and pulling apart, life will break you. But if you stand together and support each other, no force in the world can defeat you." John's words touched his sons deeply. For the first time, they recognized the truth in their father's wisdom. They realized that their fighting had weakened them, not just as individuals, but as a family. Not long after, John's health declined and he passed away. But his lesson endured. Mike, Tom, and Jack promised to honor their father's words. They stopped fighting and began working as a team. Together, they plowed the fields, planted new crops, and repaired the old barn. Their farm thrived like never before, becoming the pride of the town. The townsfolk admired the brothers' unity. Where there once was discord, there was now harmony. Mike, Tom, and Jack shared the workload, profits, and joy of their success. John's dream came true. His sons became a force that no challenge could break, all because they learned the power of unity. This story teaches us a lasting truth. Unity is our greatest strength. When we stand together, lift each other up, and set aside our differences, we can face any storm and emerge stronger. So let's carry this lesson with us, whether in our families, communities, or lives. Together, we're unstoppable. What did you take away from this story? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this tale of unity touched your heart, please like, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more inspiring stories. Now that we've seen how the farmer's simple lesson on sticks taught his sons the strong power of unity, let's look at another timeless fable that reflects the same truth. This story comes from Aesop's ancient tales and reminds us once more that together we stand strong against any threat. It's called The Lion and the Three Bulls, a story of strength in unity. Today, we're diving into a classic Aesop's fable that's perfect for all ages. This story shows how staying united can protect us from even the fiercest dangers. It's The Lion and the Three Bulls, a story of strength in unity. In the wide open plains of a sun-drenched savanna lived three mighty bulls, red, black, and brown. They were the best of friends, always grazing side by side and watching each other's backs. Their horns were sharp, their hooves strong, and together they formed a solid team. No animal dared challenge them when they stood as one. But lurking in the tall grasses was a clever lion, the king of the jungle. He watched the bulls with hungry eyes, dreaming of a feast. Day after day, he tried to sneak up on them, but every time he approached, the bulls would turn as a group, lower their horns, and charge together. The lion had to retreat, growling in frustration. As long as they stay united, I can't touch them. But if I can divide them... The lion was cunning. He knew that strength came from unity, so he decided to create discord. One day, he approached Red, the eldest bull, whispering from the shadows, "Why do you share your grazing spot with those others? Black always takes the best grass, and Brown is lazy. He doesn't pull his weight. You'd be better off alone." Red shook his head at first, but the lion's words stuck with him. The lion did the same with Black and Brown, planting lies and jealousy. "Red thinks he's the leader and bosses you around," he told Black. To Brown, he said, "The others don't value you. They're just using your strength." Slowly, the poison took effect. The bulls began to argue over small things, the best patches of grass, who should lead the herd, and even trivial matters like who drank first from the river. Their friendship cracked, and soon they decided to go their separate ways. "I'll graze alone," Red declared. "Me too," echoed Black and Brown. Now, alone and vulnerable, the bulls were easy targets. The lion struck first at Red, who had wandered too far. Without his friends to help him, Red couldn't fight off the lion's attack. The next day, the lion ambushed Black in the tall grass. Lastly, he pounced on Brown near the watering hole. One by one, the mighty bulls fell. All because they let division weaken them. If only the bulls had remembered their bond, they could have lived safely. But the lion's cunning taught them a harsh lesson too late. Unity is a shield against danger. This fable teaches us the same powerful truth as the farmer's story. There's strength in unity. When we let jealousy or arguments divide us, we become easy targets for life's challenges. But when we stand together, whether with family, friends, or community, we're invincible. So let's apply this in our own lives. Forgive quickly, support each other, and remember that together we conquer. What lessons did this story spark for you? Share in the comments how unity has helped you in your life. If these tales inspired you, like the video, share it with and subscribe for more inspiring stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.